Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. In case you did not see or launch your Farming Simulator 25 game today, you can see that patch 1.3 is out. And I'm going to go over the changelog. Now, I will note this, they didn't change every single issue wrong, but they did change quite a bit, and it does show that they are working to fix as many things as they can, and I'm sure we will also get another changelog here in another couple of weeks to fix even more stuff. So just be aware of that. The game is still not perfect, but they have made a lot of big strides to make it better for us. But I'm going to go ahead and read off the changelog, and then I'm also going to talk about some of the improvements and some of the things that are new to the game as well, because they did add a bunch of new stuff as well, which is pretty cool. So in terms of this as well, when you first load into your game, you're going to experience some stuttering and kind of some what seems to be some slowness on your game when you first load into a game save. Just fly around the map or go into build mode and move around the map to get that to kind of go away. That's just due to the shaders getting recompiled. So just be aware of that. If you experience that, that's not an issue. That's supposed to do that until you've played it for a little bit, and then it'll kind of fix it. But anyhow, improvements and changes. They fixed the attacher position on the WIFO HMZ 340-3000, fixed brushing horses in multiplayer, fixed bug preventing to pet the dog, fixed the configurations of Elmer Super 7, fixed conveyor belt detachers not supporting cars and machines without a 3-point hitch, fixed direct seating after mulching or hail damage, fixed discharging of Lizard MKS-32, fixed the effect of the MKB-4TR in multiplayer, fixed fertilizing function of the Novag T-Force, fixed footstep sounds on building collisions, fixed game freezing when using the Brillmeyer windrower, fixed headers flying away from header trailers when placed from the wrong side, fixed ignition lock issues with automatic motor start setting, fixed ignition lock not turning displays on in the ignition only state, fixed issues with fence blocking clients from joining multiplayer games, fixed issues with a few UI elements on non-16:9 aspect ratio displays, fixed MacDon FD250 spawning in the ground, fixed the memory leak when plowing during steering assist calculation, fixed migrated single-player save gains in multiplayer causing problems with the guided tour, fixed migrated single-player save gains in multiplayer having incorrect farm slots available, fixed mirror reflections being too bright, fixed mirror reflections displaying the environment texture enlarged, fixed missing bonus on selling machines directly at the shop, fixed missing full wrap on cotton round bales, fixed missing info in landscaping while out of money, fixed mission bale wrapping sometimes spawning outside the actual field, fixed mission tree transport showing and spawning incorrect machinery, preview in multiplayer, fixed mission progress display incorrectly showing missions from other farms, fixed mission time not being displayed in multiplayer, fixed mod hub search within the category view, fixed money being charged when selecting a fence without placing it, fixed multiplayer rejoin issue with AI worker, fixed not spawning at the farm's own farmhouse, fixed placeable position rotation not being accurate on clients, fixed rice field flooding sync in multiplayer for clients, fixed screenshots not capturing well in menus, fixed sound not playing when filling the dog bowl, fixed spreading function of Bradel SG-2000 on unowned farmland, fixed stone contracts respawning on the same field, fixed support for some Xbox controller revisions, fixed tire tracks not being removed when covering a silage silo, fixed unloading of unfinished bales, fixed used market vehicles loading without wheels, fixed used market vehicles using invalid configurations, fixed water costs with the old windmill pump, it's free now, fixed flickering of the screen on some GPUs in some situations, reduced RAM and VRAM usage, fixed support for Xbox wireless controller on macOS, fixed sharpness setting with FSR3, updated to XeSS 1.3.1.32 to avoid crashes with XeSS on some GPUs, fixed shader compilation stutter when switching graphic settings and without restarting, improved AI field worker on larger fields, improved AI field worker waiting for trailer driver on corner cuts, improved AI field worker with various tractors and tools, improved AI go-to worker in various locations and situations, improved bale textures, improved field course line colors in colorblind mode, improved fill plane visuals, improved line selection with steering assist on headlands, improved near and distance texture rendering for several crops, increased harvest rate of peas, increased the harvest rate of poplar, increased profitability of ravaged trees, increased seeding rate for canola, reduced the purchase price of the Anderson Merge Pro 915, reduced tree transport contract profitability. And now we are off to some stuff that's specific to the map. So on Hutan Pantai, they adjusted the clip distances of various objects, disabled the go-to AI to utilize the highway temporarily, prevent go-to AI driving through the concrete channel in the map center, fixed fence without collision in the city, fixed invisible rock near the temple, fixed traffic coming through the wrong way direction, fixed various rocks without collisions, fixed various other smaller issues around the map, removed main roads from buyable farmlands, then moving on to Zlanka, adjusted the clip distances of various objects, fixed terrain clipping above the roads in various places, fixed various other smaller issues around the map. Then Riverbend Springs added collisions to various props and smaller objects, adjusted tree transport mission location, fixed go-to AI driving into building at Sunflower Farm, fixed various other smaller issues around the map, improved distance rendering of various objects and buildings, improved traffic splines on multiple roads, improved transitions in various spots to outside scenery, improved winter visuals, prevented swimming under the restaurant boat, removed the main roads from viable farmlands, various stability improvements to prevent crashes, various technical adjustments to improve performance, various visual adjustments on several models, various text and translation adjustments. And then on to new additions, and I will say I'm going to show some of these off in the game, so don't be too worried about that. I'll show you some of the big things here, but I'm going to read them off first. There's not too much stuff, but a few things here. Added support for ARM-based Windows computers, e.g. using the Qualcomm Snapdragon X. Added support for CPUs without AVX2 support. Added separate control of foliage LOD distance to allow larger foliage view distances without hurting the performance too much. Color Picker has been added for configurations in the shop to use completely custom colors and materials. Construction screen now displays required materials for constructible buildings, crops in separate section in the prices overview, the front guard configuration for the Pitts trailer LT48L, the KUHN twine and net wrap are now available as branded consumables, lizard conveyor belt to pick up bulk material from the ground, optional input action to toggle the steering assist lines, placeable lime station, steering sensitivity for gamepads has been adjusted and made vehicle speed dependent. Sugar beet harvesters can now also be used for beetroot, which they made red beets, but that's regardless of the point. Various decorational objects have been added to the placeable menu. There's also some adjustments in terms of a modding function, but you'll have to read the changelog for that. I figure most of you guys probably aren't here for that, so I'm not going to read off that list. It's not too many things, but it's enough. So let's go ahead and hop into the game and take a look at some of these new features. All right, so in game here, I will show you some of the fixes that were made, not just only going to show you just the stuff that's new, but one thing, you can now pet the dog if you come up theoretically. Yep, R to pet. Yes. There we go. And I got that because you couldn't get that achievement before. So there we go. There's also sound for the bull, but I think I have my sound muted. But anyhow, you can hear nice sound there. So it's all fun with the dog. All right, they also fixed the attacher position on this guy. This is the WeFo HMZ 340-3000. So if you're having issues with that, that is now fixed. All right, and they fixed the configurations of the Elmer Super 750 here. So there's some different configurations there. I'm not sure what it was before, never used it. So if that was an issue you're having, there's some more configurations in here, it seems like now. So there you go. All right, they also fixed the discharging for this guy right here, which is absolutely fantastic. So it used to not let you like unload in certain areas, like in animal pens and stuff like that. So that's all fixed there. All right, another thing they fixed here is this guy right here actually wouldn't put down fertilizer. It was broken. It actually has been broken for a long time. I remember it not putting down fertilizer, but I didn't know it was a bug because I thought maybe you could turn it on or off. Anyhow, I didn't know if it was a bug or not, but it wasn't working in the preview version that I had way back when I did PAX West this year, so they didn't work then, so I guess they just kind of overlooked it. But now, theoretically, when you're planting, this should put fertilizer down as well, which is pretty sweet, because it's a pretty nice planter here, a seeder here, and it's a new brand, so it's cool to have that working now. All right, they also fixed the game freezing when you're using this guy right here, specifically, I guess, in the windrower mode, so if you're using it in that and you were having issues with the game freezing, shouldn't do that for you anymore. All right, the other thing they fixed is when you put a header on these guys, you're not going to have them fly off anymore, even if you put it on the wrong way. I had a big incident with that on my stream recently, so glad that that's all fixed up. They also fixed issues with this guy right here spawning in the ground, so hopefully that doesn't happen to you anymore. They also fixed the spreading function of the Braidall SG2000 here on Unknown Farmlands. Not sure what it was doing before, so if you had that issue, though, it is now fixed for you. They also reduced the purchase price for this, which is now $89,000. I think it was over $100 before. It was pretty high, so that's nice to have that purchase price reduced down a little bit. All right, another thing that was fixed specifically to Riverbend is your AI workers will no longer try to drive under this building here and get stuck hitting that because it's too low to the ground, so hopefully that's been fixed pretty good and they won't try to drive up this way anymore. All right, the other thing is the new color picker, which this is pretty cool. So if you find something that has color configuration like this one here, click on it. This one actually doesn't have it yet. Sometimes you just have the limited ones like that still, but well, we'll find one here. What's one? That one doesn't have a color configuration. I should have maybe picked one out before I started doing. Oh, that one does. Just the rim color there. I know the vouchers are pretty good about it. Let's go back to let's find the voucher in here. But some things in here, anyhow, if we get one to actually work, I believe this one works. Yeah, here we go. So you got a lot of different colors in here. So you can pretty much pick anything, hit select, and it'll be on there. You also can do a custom color. So you can do any sort of, you can enter a custom RGB. So let's say I wanted a very, I don't know, this weird pale pink color. I could select that, and I also could do glossy, metallic, or matte. So if I wanted to do like the metallic, I now have like a pink metallic. That actually looks not bad, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was gonna look terrible. Oops, go back in there, sorry. The other thing you do is favorites. So if I have one set here, I can be like, okay, you know what, maybe I really do like that glossy pink whatever that I created in the metallic. I can hit add to favorites, and then I can name it Pink Coolio. Sure, I don't know. And if you go over to favorites, it'll be over here in your favorites list, so you can color everything exactly the same and have it all saved in here. So that is a really cool function, and I'm assuming it'll work for stuff like, I mean, if I go down, like I was just thinking of like the MKS trailer that we were talking about earlier, if we go into one of these guys right here, I'm sure, oh really, out of all the things that you should be able to just adjust, maybe this one? Nope. Unbelievable, would have thought that'd be great. Anyhow, some things that you can adjust the color on, you can do that. It'd be cool if they had it so you could do it on more things, which would be awesome. And another thing while we're in here, actually, under beet harvesters, these guys will now also do red beets, which is super cool. So that's going to make that much more effective, including this guy right here. So now vegetables aren't completely useless. You can at least do red beets with these guys in here, which is awesome. Now, another thing, too, that's in here is the KUHN, which I know I just can't say it. YouTube doesn't like it. Twine and net wrap should be available for that brand. So we should be able, maybe if we go the other way, actually. Yep, there it is. So now we have that brand in there. And we have that brand in there. Again, I can't say the word. YouTube doesn't like it, so I have to spell it out. That's why I'm doing that. I'm not trying to sound stupid. It just is what it is. But that's pretty cool. This one is a big one for you guys. The pickup belt is now back. Don't know why it wasn't in there in the first place. And look, you can make this thing any color, but I can make it my pink, metallic, whatever if I want to. But yeah, so that's back in. That's great to have. If we go in our menu now as well, they now have fruit types and then miscellaneous. So you basically, it's still all in alphabetical order, which I love. But you have like your crops here at the top, which just makes it way easier. So yes, it's still in alphabetical order, which I think is great, but you have crops up at the top, and then now you have miscellaneous down here. That's awesome. I love that they divided that out. I think that makes it a lot easier, because most of the time we don't care about most of the stuff. This is what you're looking for most of the time. Then you can go down here if you're looking for something else. So yeah, love this. This is absolutely fantastic. They also added the ability to put a front guard on this Pitts trailer right here, the LT48L, so that's always cool. Nice to have that as an additional thing you can put on there if you want it. Another thing they added, if you go under your controls, you have to go down to vehicle work. Right here, toggle steering assist line visibility. So instead of having to go in the menu to turn it on and off, you can set a hotkey to turn that on and off, which is pretty sweet. So nice that they have that added in now. Okay, a few things in the build mode now. First off, we have a placeable lime station. So yeah, $60,000 or $26,500 holds 60,000 liters. And I'm assuming that if I place this down, because I am curious, I'm assuming it's going to work like just a container for your farm where you can just buy the stuff and put it in there. So, which is pretty sweet. Don't get me wrong. We haven't had something like that base game before. So it's kind of nice to be able to place that so you can buy your lime and put it in there, which let's go ahead and see. Yep, that's how it's going to work. How much are they charging us for 1,000 liters here? Let's see. 2,000 or 1,000 liters there, 247. That is pretty much the same as in the store, slightly more expensive. So not by a lot that's going to matter. So that is incredible. Love that. That's really nice to have that. And now when you go to pick out a constructible, it shows you what you're going to be required to build it with. Now, it doesn't show you how much, which would be great. I will do a video on that hopefully soon. But for example, you can see this requires regular planks, furniture, prefab walls, cement, beams, and long planks. Some of these, that one requires roof tiles and cement bricks and what have you. So certain things require different materials, which is nice that they have that. And I am curious, actually, if I go to the ones under other, at the very bottom, these guys also show it. Perfect. So you can see those ones that are also constructible little sheds down there, which is awesome. And while we're actually in here, they have a bunch of new decorative objects that they added in. So there's a ton of stuff, absolutely ton of stuff in here. I mean, there's boats and scarecrows, wagons, all sorts of stuff. Is that a birdhouse? That is a birdhouse. I love that. Grill. You know, whatever you want to put on your farm, they've pretty much got it in here, which is awesome. And even the sunflower stuff. So really cool. I think that'll be awesome. Or a pool or swings, or like you can put a bunch of these little bales around if you wanted. So there you go. Love that. Added a bunch of decorations there for us to use. And that is pretty much it. There's quite a bit in that update, and I know there's more to be done, but it shows that they're making a lot of good progress. So I think that that's pretty exciting. Anyhow, if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.